Hi everybody, welcome. I hope everybody's doing well. And in a series of videos, I'm going to be presenting a number of different breathing techniques, exercises, ways of just helping support ourselves in staying more relaxed, more calm, more at ease. The Chinese philosopher Sang Chu, who lived between 369 and 298 BCE, had said, breathing control gives a person strength, vitality, inspiration, and magical powers. And in the years that I've been studying different breathing techniques, I have actually found so much of that to be true. And what I'd like to do is just share with you these different ideas over time in a series of videos. But let's also understand that the purpose of breathing, first and foremost, is to provide our systems with oxygen. That's step one. Step two is to rid our bodies of carbon dioxide. The more we retain carbon dioxide, the more anxious we tend to feel because our body needs something, and what it needs is oxygen. Thankfully, the world around us loves carbon dioxide, like the trees and such. So we want to give them as much as they can take. And we'll take what they have to offer us, which is lovely oxygen. Breathing well helps us stay relaxed. It helps us focus. It helps us stay calm when things, whether they be external or internal, seem to be on the move in ways that may not make us feel comfortable. It helps us then have better self-control in those moments. In turn, we can reduce our own stress. It brings a sense of balance back to ourselves, because the reality is, as we become tense or stressed, the very first thing that the human body tends to do is stop breathing well. And when we can't breathe well, we can't think clearly, and then we can't operate from a positive perspective on figuring out how to get through situations well. So we're going to be looking at a lot of different ways that we can use our breath work to support us. And to use the breath work doesn't mean that I have to practice for hours. It means that I have to have a daily practice that could be 2 minutes long, maybe 2 or 3 times a day, 2 minutes long. The idea is to practice these different things and find what works for you. What works for me may not work for you. So we're just going to explore different things. The different techniques that I will introduce to you over time come from a variety of different places. The reality is, people all over the world since the beginning of time really have studied breathing techniques in one form or another. So whether it be from Eastern approaches or Western approaches, in the end, human beings learned early on that understanding and controlling the breath has a lot of power to help keep us focused, calm, and moving forward. So what I'd like to do in this video, and this is going to be just the introduction, because I think it's really important to help understand that when we come to breathing, we have our everyday breathing. We all do it. We're walking around, and we tend to be breathing from our chest. When we breathe from our chest, we tend to breathe shallow, and we tend to exhale shallow, which means I'm not taking in a full breath, and I'm not exhaling all the carbon dioxide that I need to exhale. We all do this. It's just our normal way of being, and it's generally just short and shallow breathing. So for today, the exercise I would like to teach you, it goes by a number of different names. The most common ones are diaphragmatic or belly breathing. I personally like belly breathing because for me, it helps me understand. But diaphragmatic means that basically we all have a diaphragm. And when I take in a deep breath, the diaphragm kind of moves down, and then it moves up when I exhale. I inhale and I exhale. And so for this particular exercise, we're just going to become familiar with our diaphragm and through belly breathing. And the way to do this is I'll take one hand and I'll place it on my chest. I'll place my other hand on my belly. The goal for this breathing, and it's going to all be through our nose only, just through your nose. Of course, if your nose is stuffed up, you have to breathe through your mouth, but if you can, through your nose. And what I'm going to look to do is, as I inhale, I want to see if I can keep the hand on my chest still, while the hand on my belly extends out a little bit and back in as I exhale. So I'll inhale, and I want it to come out, and I exhale, and I want it to come in. So if I turn profile, I'm going to switch my hands, just so you can see what this might look like. From here, top hand, my chest should stay in place. my hand on my belly should extend. So again, belly breathing from here, using the diaphragm. I'm just going to breathe in. You don't want to force it. You want to breathe naturally. So I don't want to be like going and trying to make it happen. Just work it. It may take a little practice. As I said, for the most part, we tend to be chest breathers in our everyday way of being. So this may be very new and foreign, and just work it and practice it. You'll get there. Some people will do it sitting, as I'm doing now. Some people like to try doing it lying on their back. Whichever you're more comfortable, but the goal is try to keep the chest still and the belly expanding and contracting with each breath. Again, try it 3 or 4 times, take a break, try it again. You will achieve it very shortly because now you're bringing awareness to diaphragmatic or belly breathing. Hope to see you soon. Thanks.